evolution is the change in the population over time. We will look at three main examples of evidence for evolution. How do species change over time? So we'll look at biogeography, comparative morphology, so we're comparing structures, and fossils, which over time are remnants of organisms. So when we look at these giant flightless birds, we look at the emu, we look at the rhea, and then the ostrich. You have ostriches typically found in Africa, then rheas, Australia, and then emu, South America. How can we find these three flightless birds, which, with respect to structure or morphology, look similar, but once again, they are different? And so here we see that biogeography plays a huge role in how these organisms are distributed. And that is a main factor because for this example, where we have these three flightless birds, they were once found on one continent known as Pangaea. And then when the continent split, then they were separated and over time became new species. When we compare structure or morphology, we find that in many organisms there are similar as well as dissimilar structures. We also notice vestigial structures, which have no apparent function. Example, in the human anatomy, you have the tailbones or coccyx. We also have an internal structure called appendix, which is an example of a vestigial structure. No function. Fossils, these provide physical evidence of organisms that were once alive at some point in time in the past. And so, for example, we see fossils with structures typically the same as feathers. And so that allows us to say that birds are the closest descendants of dinosaurs. And we first found this fossil in Germany.